Hi, I'm Darby. Yes, that's right. I am named after the doll, but please like and subscribe anyway. I was named Darby by my mom, who collected and sold dolls, but if you think that's bad, my older sister was named Raggedy Ann. To save the embarrassment, she goes by Ann. 4 years ago, my parents wound up in a coma in a freak doll accident. They were driving to an MSA convention to display their very valuable collection, but then one of the AI dolls malfunctioned and decided it wanted to drive. My parents swerved off the road and got into this crash. We sued the doll company and sold our doll collection. We became super rich, although I would give it all up to have my parents back. I was only 12 at the time, but my sister was 18, so she became my legal guardian. My sister was always too busy with college and work, but I would visit my parents all the time and tell them about my day. The doctor said it was possible that they could still hear us, and talking to them might help their recovery. Now that I was turning 16, I really wanted a big bash for my birthday. Oh, did I mention my birthday is on Halloween? Some of you might think that's lame to have to share your birthday with the world, but I love to wear something Halloween-y all year round. And when October comes around, I start decorating on the 1st of the month. However, it made things difficult, as I always struggled to find a boy who was into me for me and not for my money. But as soon as they found out I loved Halloween and creepy dolls, they bolted like track stars out the door. But my bestie Kian was always there to cheer me up. Go ahead, I'll give you a minute to process that. Yep, no joke, Darby and Kian. But Kian is a girl. We did everything together. So of course it was a no-brainer that she would help me plan my birthday party. So, you want a theme? Of course, Halloween. But I want it next level. Like Hocus Pocus 2 meets practical magic. Candy apple stands with witches serving you, dunk tank for zombies. You know, like a typical Monday at school. What about hiring performers? We could have a haunted maze of horrors, and that would give all the lovers a chance to do that "hold me, I'm scared" move. Oh, you mean the move you're hoping to try on Peter? Peter was the boy I had been crushing on for 2 years. He wasn't like the other boys. He had tattoos and piercings, just like me, but still wore the latest fashions. You already know I have tried everything to get out of the friend zone. So desperate times, desperate measures. Well, okay, but just remember, if he's not into you, I say move on. Tell that to my achy, breaky heart. For the next few weeks, we turned my house into party planning central. We auditioned all kinds of performers and bought all the best party decorations. Marco! Hello! My sister always seemed allergic to fun, but right about that time, it got even worse. She was working on a big presentation for her marketing company, and it was constantly stressed and yelling. Darb, how am I supposed to get any work done with all these boxes in my way? If you hate your job, why don't you just quit? If you haven't noticed, we're rich. What you don't know about earned respect and not just being a rich kid could fill a thimble. Did she mean a pimple? Once we had done it all, it was time for a test run. Kian suggested we invited the local orphanage kids to come for an afternoon of fun. I love that idea. The next day, a van filled with kids from the orphanage showed up with their teacher. As they stepped off the bus, they shouted with joy. As she lined them up, one of the little girls grabbed the driver of the van by his arm. Leo, you come too.
No, I'm just here to drive you. I'll just wait in the van for you guys.
Hey, Leo, come on. Everyone's invited. As he walked out of the van, I noticed his clothes were worn and he had a hole in his shoe. That's a great costume. You are totally selling the whole bum look.
I'm not in costume, and my name is Leo.
Oh, what? Kian, you need me? Over there? I was so embarrassed. I ran over to tell Kian what happened. And then he said, it's not a costume. Is it a wonder why I'm single? Never mind that. Look who I invited. She pointed to Peter, who was walking in the door. Happy birthday, bestie. My heart did a flutter until I saw he had brought a bunch of girls with him. Why did he bring all those girls with him? Those girls have nothing on you. I'll distract them while you go say hi to Peter. Hey, glad you can make it. I see you brought some friends.
Oh, my groupies. They heard about your haunted carnival and wanted to tag along.
Oh, do you like haunted stuff?
Not really.
Oh, then carnivals?
Rides and sugar make me sick.
Oh, well, I'm glad you came anyway. In my mind, I saw this going more in a rom-com kind of way. Our eyes meet and we are soulmates till the end of time. Not so much as a scene out of a disaster movie. But Kian just nudged me. Now's your chance. Walk him through the haunted maze of horrors. As we walked through, he was laughing at all the scary stuff. But just as we came to the hold me I'm scared part, I prepared to jump into his arms. The clown leapt out and Peter let out a scream and jumped behind me.
I wasn't scared. I just thought you'd like to be scared. scared, so I jumped behind you so you could get the full effect. You know, I'm a giver like that.
I was really disappointed that my time with Peter didn't go as well as I had hoped. But when I saw that the kids had a blast and were leaving covered in candy and plastic spiders, it made my day. When I walked them back to the van, I watched as Leo carefully checked everyone's seatbelt, and then the little girl handed him a lollipop. I saved this for you, Leo.
Thank you, Lizzie. I'll save it forever because you gave it to me.
I think she has a crush on you.
I think she's just using me because I have a driver's license.
Then I heard Peter and the girls approaching.
Hey guys, look at this performer. Are you one of the zombies?
I watched as the smile faded from Leo's face, embarrassed from the state of his clothes. It was bad enough I made the mistake of his appearance. I wasn't gonna let them do it either. Did you guys see the zombie dunk tank? They filled it with green slime.
Cool.
I'll meet you guys over there. I smiled and waved as Leo and the kids drove off. The next day at school, all the kids had heard about the test run, and I was mobbed with everyone wanting an invitation to my party. Kian and I were so excited. This is gonna be the most epic party of the year. No way. Of the century. We did a little pre-celebration dance as I twirled around and bumped right into Peter.
Hey Darbs, I was gonna bring you a gift for your birthday party. What do you think of this?
Then he pulled a bow out of his pocket and put it right on his chest.
I'll be your present, and you can unwrap me at your party.
I almost swallowed my gum. Kian saw how I was struggling for words and jumped in. She's just saving her voice for the day of. You know how it is. He winked at me and walked away. Do not squeal until we get to the bathroom. I was on cloud 9 the whole way home. But that was all about to change because once I walked in the door, my sister rushed by me. Annie, I need to tell you the best news ever. Not now. I have to finish this presentation. The big bosses are coming to the house tomorrow, and I have to be ready. Oh, and you have to cancel your party. I can't have that going on when they're here. Excuse me? I must have misheard you, cause I thought you said cancel my birthday party that I've been planning for weeks and have half the school coming too. You can just do it the day after. What's the big deal? I flipped out. How are we even related? I don't know, but I'm beginning to think you were adopted. You and your little friends have no respect for all the things I do around here. No one asked you for all those things. That's it, young lady. Go to your room. You are not my mother. I was so upset that I stormed out of the house and wandered around for hours until I wound up at the hospital. I sat down and told Mom and Dad everything that happened. I imagined that they would sit up and tell me that my sister was a jerk and I should have my party anyway. Have my party anyway? After all, it's what they would have wanted. I was so excited to tell Kian the plan that I rushed out of their room and walked right into Leo. Oh, excuse me. Leo, what are you doing here?
One of the kids got appendicitis, and I was coming to bring him his favorite stuffed animal. He can't sleep without it.
He looked over at my parents.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are those your parents?
Yeah, but my sister and I have kept it a secret because we didn't want it to be a story for the media.
Well, your secret's safe with me.
Do you have the van? I could use a ride home.
It would be my pleasure.
Much to my surprise, we talked the whole way home about everything from music to food to birthdays.
I'm not sure when my birthday is. I was a safe haven baby.
A what baby?
You know, when a mom surrenders her baby anonymously at a safe haven location.
I can't imagine how that must make you feel.
Actually, I'm very grateful because it means she cared enough to try to give me a better life than the one she was living.
But you live in an orphanage.
By choice. I grew up in the system with very kind foster parents, and I want to show those kids that just because you're in the system doesn't mean it's all bad.
Man, who raised this guy? Ma and Pa Kent? Just then, we pulled up to my house. You want to come hang out?
I would, but I have to get the van back.
You should come to my party tomorrow.
I will definitely try.
I was having such a good time with Leo. I almost forgot about Operation Have My Birthday Party despite what my stupid sister says. The minute I walked through the door, Anne started in on me again. I expect this place to be in perfect shape when I bring my clients back here after work tomorrow night. Sure, whatever you say. Well, good. I'm glad to see you're finally acting like a responsible part of this family. Needless to say, as soon as she left the next day, Kian and I ushered in all of the performers, caterers, and staff to make my haunted carnival party perfect. The party was a hit. Everyone from school came, and I was hanging out with Peter all night and didn't even notice when Leo walked in. He came up to me and handed me a single daisy.
Happy birthday, B. Oh, isn't that cute? Did you pick that up at the cemetery? You don't belong here, orphan boy.
Then he shoved Leo into one of the fire performers, knocking them into the drapes, which caught on fire. I tried to find something to throw on the flames, but the blanket near me was made of flammable material, and it just got got worse. People panicked and ran out of the house, and I kept looking around the house for something to put out the fire. But the smoke got really thick, and I felt dizzy. The last thing I remembered was hearing Kian call my name. "She's in here!" As I came to, Leo was carrying me out of the burning house in his arms and placed me in the ambulance. Peter came up to me, pushing Leo out of the way.
Thank God you're okay. I was so worried about you.
Kian came up behind Peter and gave him a piece of her mind. Worried? Really? Because I'm pretty sure your entire groupie squad got you on tape running for your life and screaming like a little baby. So why don't you just keep on running all the way home?
Come on, babe. You don't really want your birthday present to leave, do you?
Actually, it would be my greatest birthday present. I pulled him in close. If you would leave. Everyone laughed and Peter stormed off. My sister pulled into the driveway, and when she saw me, she ran over, grabbing and hugging me tightly as she cried from happiness. Oh, thank God you're okay. I couldn't lose you too. I was shocked. You're not mad? I ruined your meeting and disobeyed you. I acted like a supreme spoiled brat over a stupid party, and I burned down the house. But you are okay, and all that stuff is just stuff. After all, we are rich. Who are you, and what have you done with my sister? The paramedics checked me out and told me I was very lucky, but they still wanted me to go to the hospital to make sure I was okay. I looked down and realized I was still holding Leo's hand. He smiled at me.
You sure know how to throw a party.
You should be here for New Year's.
I think I just might.
I would like that. After the doctors told me I was okay and could go home, I went to tell my parents everything and apologize. Mom, Dad, I am so sorry. I wanted a birthday party so badly that I disobeyed Anne and burned the house down, but I'm gonna be better, and I'm going to make you proud. Just then, my mom squeezed my hand. We are already proud of you.
Wait, you burned down the house?
I sobbed with joy as I hugged them. You're awake! The doctors came in and checked them out and couldn't understand how they had both awoken after all this time. It was because our daughter came and talked to us almost every day.
It kept us hopeful and happy.
You heard me? Oh no, you heard everything?
Yes, but don't worry, your secrets are safe with us.
Leo came to pick us all up from the hospital and bring us home, where he and Kian had arranged for a small welcome home party in the garage.
It was the only part of the house that wasn't ruined, but all the kids offered their beds to you and your family because of how nice you were to them.
So, I was thinking, when we rebuild, maybe we can add a few extra bedrooms for all the kids at the orphanage to stay until they get adopted. I'd like to call it Daisy's Place, in honor of you, Leo. I pulled the pressed daisy out of my pocket and showed it to him. He cupped the flower in my hand.
I don't know what I have to offer you. I don't have money or a fancy car.
I have enough of all that. You have the one thing, the only thing I need. You.